He just really wants my green smoothie. Like, so bad. Look. Hey guys, I'm 30 weeks today. That just feels like a pretty big milestone to me. I don't know, maybe not. Someone's a little hyper. Tucker is doing well. We've had him for just over a week now, maybe a week and a half. Yeah, a week and a half, I think, and he's been good. He's still chewing, just mostly like hands and clothes. He doesn't really chew furniture yet. So let's try and get started with this video. So I started my iron supplements. I think it's 3-month supply. I felt pretty good the first few days that I was on them. They look like this. I felt a bit better, and then it kind of wore off. I don't know if I was just having like a few good days or whatever, but it says on the bottle, so iron may irritate the stomach, can cause constipation, and may discolor urine or feces. I haven't had constipation, thankfully, and it doesn't really irritate my stomach, but I usually take it with food. Lots and lots of baby movement. I can't really tell where, like some people say they can feel where the baby is or which way they're lying. I don't know, I can't really tell that. I never really, I don't know, tried, I guess, but I can't really tell that. There's just a lot of baby movement. A lot of the times, so it's funny, I could feel the baby move and almost like he's stepping on my bladder, and all of a sudden I'll really need to pee, but then he'll move off my bladder, and it's just funny. My boobs are sore again, and sensitive. That's come back. It's not as bad as it was like in the first trimester, but they're definitely getting tender again, and I just feel like my boobs have grown so much. I haven't measured them, I don't think, in a while, but they just feel so big and like so heavy. I haven't had any what's the word, like they haven't leaked at all, I guess I can say. So I have a few spots on my face, especially on the side. I don't know if you can see it, here and here. I think they came originally as pimples, but they just never went away, and it's now like kind of like red spots, kind of like, I don't know if it's scarred or if it's just taking a really long time to clear up or go away. They're just staying around, being red, being annoying. There's a couple dry spots too. I used to have eczema. That's what we call it here. I've watched a few videos before, and especially in the States, and people say eczema. So eczema, whatever. Basically like dry skin on my face. I had a lot of it when I was younger. Right now I still kind of get it like in the corner of my eyes. I used to have it really bad around my nose. But now I have like a spot on my, I don't know if it's eczema or whatever, or it might just be like a random dry spot, but there's a spot in my eyebrow. There was a spot on the side of my nose, like my nostril, and now one of these red spots is kind of like gone dry too. So I wrote this down for my last video, but I didn't. I must have like skipped it or didn't see it. But I'm just feeling so out of shape. Pre-pregnancy, I mean, I wasn't in the best shape ever. I used to work out every once in a while, like pretty often, I guess I would say. I wasn't like shredded or anything like that, but I mean, I was pretty active. And now I just feel so out of shape, so heavy. Like that week that I went to Toronto, it was a long walk through the airport. The airport is huge. It was a long walk, and I just felt out of breath. Like I just felt like shit, basically. And the sad thing is I haven't kept up with my fitness throughout my pregnancy. I don't know what really happened. I fell off the wagon, and being pregnant, I mean, you should definitely, hold on. I'm telling you, I am getting great training. He was just eating something. I don't know what that was, but you should definitely keep up on your fitness, especially when you're pregnant. But I unfortunately have not. The most I've been doing is a few prenatal yoga classes every once in a while, and not even a ton of those. What are you eating now? And I really need to be doing more of that as well, because I always feel so good after a yoga class and during a yoga class. Actually, I took a yoga class this past week. I've mentioned before, sometimes when I think about, you know, March is only a couple months away, I get very overwhelmed and my anxiety kind of goes up through the roof. And going to this yoga class, I didn't realize how nervous, I guess, I was. I used to do a nice bit of yoga before, like pre-pregnancy. Yoga for me is like I get into it and I kind of get out of it. Basically like everything. I have a different perspective of yoga now than I did like pre-pregnancy before. I never really done it, you know, as my workout. I mean, yoga is a great workout, but I just loved the feeling that I got when I went to a yoga class. But now, like, it just makes me feel so much more grounded. Like, I never really got that pre-pregnancy, and it just makes me appreciate my pregnancy a lot more than when I'm home and then start thinking about it and I get really nervous. It makes me feel good about my pregnancy again. Not that I'm not taking it for granted or anything like that. It just makes me feel really good. So we went to the city and basically bought a shit ton of stuff. Where we live, there's not a whole lot of places to buy baby things, besides like Walmart, which doesn't have the best options here. So we took a trip to the city. Pretty much everything that we kind of needed. There's still a few things that I need to order online, but not necessary items. So we can finally start on the nursery, I guess. I kind of have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to do. I guess the first step is to paint the nursery, which I'll probably do that next week. So I'll probably do maybe a haul video. That sounds fun. And I will say it was Tucker's first road trip and he was good as gold. We have an awesome puppy. I cannot complain. Thursday I went and done my second glucose test. That was fun. So that one you have to fast 8 hours. Basically, they take a bottle of blood when you get there to test your blood to make sure it's in the appropriate range. If that makes sense. To make sure that your blood sugar levels are in the I am so stuck for words right now. Get your shit together. Okay. At the appropriate levels, I guess. So they done that, and then I had to drink another bottle of that orange juice. This one was so much more sweeter. This one was 75 grams of glucose, which is a shit ton of sugar. And it was so sweet. I'm not sure what the first one was, but this one was definitely more. A lot more sugar in it, and this one, it's 10 ounces, so I think I exaggerated last time. So I drank that, and I did get a little stomach sick after. Obviously, drinking 75 grams of glucose on an empty stomach doesn't make you feel good. So after an hour, they take blood, and then 2 hours after they take more blood, so it takes a total of 2 hours. We went to our first prenatal class last night. And this one was called, I think like prepping for childbirth basically. And it was a really, really good class, I must say. It was hosted by a few of our local doulas. And they talked about different positions that the baby can be in, different stages of birth, what to expect when you go into labor, different signs of labor. They even showed us a few positions for like pain management, I guess, and laboring. It was just a really good class, and I'm glad that we went. And a lot of the things that they talked about, I felt like I kind of not knew, but I kind of knew a little bit about, because they referenced a lot to the book, Ina May's book, Guide to Childbirth, I believe it's called, and that was the first book that I read. I'm currently reading her other book, Spiritual Midwifery. That one's a little bit longer, and it's taking me, I only just started it. There was a ton of books that I wanted to read, and time is just slipping away from me. That's no excuse, but they referenced a lot to that book, and since I read that book, I knew a lot of what they were talking about, and I just really recommend reading that book because there's a lot of great information in there. Another thing too, so if I'm sitting down like this for a while or sitting on the couch, I found it on the couch the most actually. My belly hurts kind of like up here, like right on the top of my belly, kind of right below my boobs. My ribs feels uncomfortable. I don't know if it's the baby is like coming up because the baby's getting so big, but it feels really uncomfortable, and I feel better when I'm kind of reclined or leaned back a little bit, because it takes the pressure off my ribs. I'll give you guys a bump update, and that's pretty much it. That's all I got for this video. So thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next week. I haven't had any Braxton Hicks, not that I felt anyways. I know not everyone gets them, but I haven't had any yet. He's definitely on the left side right now. Usually he hangs out on the right side, but he's on the left side right now, over here. This is sucking in. I'm relaxed. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next week.